Welcome back. Finishing touches are being put in place for the first evacuees from South Africa following the recent flare-ups of violence against foreign nationals in the country. There are only 2 flights available, but about 800 people have put down their names so far to return to Nigeria voluntarily. It is also difficult to say how many of them are truly distressed and cannot afford to fly home at their own expense. Channels Television South Africa Bureau Chief Betty Dibia was at the Nigerian Consulate General in Johannesburg today to see how the process is coming along.
It's been a hectic few days at Nigeria's missions in South Africa. Today, a full plane manifest is in place. 320 passengers, half of them traveling with emergency travel certificates. There are more than 800 names so far and still counting. The evacuation wheels are definitely turning, but it's not been without challenges.
One of these challenges is that we need to determine who those that are really distressed or have lost their properties or are in serious danger and are willing to go back.
We also have to deal with issues of some families that are separating without the necessary agreement between the affected couples. Some some families, family heads have called, for instance, to express their concerns that their partners have come to travel home with the children without his consent.
Some of those whose names are on the evacuation list say they have had it with living in South Africa.
Due to what they're doing to us, burning our cars, burning my cars, looting my shops, so I have nothing to do. It's better I go home and start up a life, a good life.
I just decided that let me just relocate back home. The little resources I have on me, let me start something doing. It's better than just wasting time here without doing any reasonable thing.
There are also those on the list who are now having second thoughts.
I want to know the reason why they signed the agreement, whatever it is, the clause that says, if you go, you're not coming back. Okay. Only people who want to go and not come back. It will be signed that they're not coming back.
While some are packed and ready to go, there are those in South Africa's other 8 provinces who are also hoping for a free ride to Gauteng, where the OR Tambo airport is, because they can't afford to get there.
Of course, you know that resources are very, very limited, and we cannot even determine whether some of these people are saying, because we've seen a number of people that have come even as far as Cape Town since Saturday, and for some that were stranded, we did make arrangement for them to stay.
The Air Peace flight is expected to land at OR Tambo International Airport, Johannesburg, at 6 a.m. local time on Wednesday. 1 or 2 other flights may follow, given the large number of people who have put down their names. All those on Flight 1 are expected to be here at the Consulate General in Johannesburg before 5 a.m. on Wednesday to be ferried to the airport. Same goes for all those gathering at the Nigerian High Commission in Pretoria. Flight time is 9 a.m. local time. Hopefully, the process will go hitch-free. From Johannesburg, South Africa, Betty Dibia, Channels Television News.
We'll move on to sports now. Here's Olumide Macaulay.
Thank you, Joma. Hello and welcome to Sports News. Nigeria has qualified for the 2019 Under-23 African Cup of Nations in Egypt in style after they defeated Sudan 5-0 at the Stephen Keshi Stadium in Asaba. The defending champions thus qualified 5-1 on aggregate after they lost the first leg in Sudan 1-0. The Super Eagles of Nigeria have been denied a big win over a European team after a late fight back by host Ukraine. Nigeria led 2-0 by the interval after goals by debutants Joe Aribo and Victor Osimhen. But the Ukrainians got back into reckoning first through Alexander Zinchenko's smart finish in the 77th minute, and moments later they got the equalizer through Roman Yaremchuk. The Nigeria Women's Premier League has sanctioned FC Robo and Rivers Angels for violation of the league rule in their Matchday 5 fixture in Lagos at the Legacy pitch. The NWFL say the match reports from the match commissioner and the centre referee indicate the medical staff of Rivers Angels poured water on one of the assistant referees immediately after the blast of the final whistle. The league body has subsequently suspended the medical staff of Rivers Angels for a period of 1 year, and the River State-based team will pay a fine of 1.5 million naira. Stay with football, but outside our shores, FIFA boss Gianni Infantino has met with U.S. President Donald Trump at the White House to discuss preparations for the 2026 World Cup, as well as bringing equality to the women's game. The U.S. women's squad won the World Cup in July amidst calls for pay parity with the men's side and improvement of conditions on a number of fronts, including travel conditions and promotion.
Because 2026, I'm going to have to extend it for a couple of years. I don't think any of you would have a problem with that, but I hope you're going to remember me.
And in tennis, world number one Ashley Barty has become the first player to qualify for the season-ending WTA Finals in Shenzhen, and that's according to the WTA Tour. The 23-year-old, who won her maiden Grand Slam title at the French Open this year, will be making her singles debut in October the 27th to November the 3rd finals, which offer $14 million in prize money. That's it on Sports News. Ijoma, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Olumide. And the main news again. The Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal will deliver judgment on Atiku Abubakar's petition challenging President Muhammadu Buhari's victory at the February polls in a matter of hours. Also today, former Minister of Petroleum Dezani Alison Madueke has lost bid to retrieve jewelry worth $40 million seized by the EFCC and now forfeited to the federal government. And that's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks a lot for staying with us. I'm Ijoma Hunyato. You have a good night.